our fourth ever Veterans Day Celebration Assembly. To the veterans who we are honoring today, thank you for taking the time to join us today. We are thankful for your service and dedication to our country and are forever grateful for the sacrifice you have made.
At this time, if you are able to please rise for the presentation of the colors, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance and the Star-Spangled Banner. Mr. Greenwald, please take it away.
Thank you very much. Color Guard, attention. Color Guard, advance, scout salute. Color Guard, halt! Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose brush stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, came through the night, that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Color Guard, post the colors. Color Guard, retreat. Thank you.
Welcome veterans, guests, parents, students, and staff to the 4th Annual Veterans Day Celebration Assembly. My name is Maria Pulley and I am the principal here at Northwestern Elementary. Our students have worked hard to prepare today's ceremony, and we're thrilled to have so many veterans here today to honor and celebrate. It is important to us that we teach our children the value of and respect for our country and those that have served to protect our freedom. On behalf of all students and staff here at Northwestern Elementary, I extend a warm welcome and hope you enjoy today's program.
Welcome, veterans. So what does it really mean to be a veteran? Well, thankfully, Teddy Gray is about to share an acrostic poem about what they believe it means to be a veteran. For those of you who have not been in school for the last decade or so, an acrostic poem is a poem where the first letter in each line of the poem spells a word. In this poem, the word that you'll be spelling is veteran. Here are second grade and can't wait to hear what you have to say. V is for valiantly fighting for our freedom.
E is for exceptional and experienced man and woman.
T is for the true American heroes you are. E is for eager to protect and serve.
R is for reliable and ready to protect our nation.
A is for America's pride.
N is for noble and brave.
S is for special heroes in our hearts. We thank you for your service.
Thank you, second grade. That was an excellent diagnostic. Wait, antibiotic? No.
Acrostic.
Yup, that's it. They did a great job.
Our next piece of music in today's ceremony is the classic patriotic song, America the Beautiful. It will be performed today by Mrs. Hanson's class.
Oh yes, this is a great song about the beautiful scenery throughout all of America.
You got it, like purple mountains, amber grain, and fruited plains.
This sounds like a really beautiful song. Enjoy!
In order to prepare for our program today, 5th grade students wrote essays in class about what Veterans Day means to them. Each student got the chance to share their own personal Veterans Day stories, as well as talk about how Veterans Day impacted their lives. The first student that will be sharing their essay with us today is Piper Trella from Mrs. Ashburn's class. Piper, what does Veterans Day mean to you? Veterans Day Means to Me by Piper Cello. Veterans Day is celebrated to honor men and women who fought in the military. Veterans Day started out as Armistice Day because of World War I. It is celebrated every year on November 11th. President Dwight D. Eisenhower changed the name from Armistice Day to Veterans Day in 1954. Veterans Day means bravery to me. It means bravery to me because they need to be brave to fight for us and our country's freedom. They had a lot of courage to do that. They were so brave to just fight for us, and not all of the veterans were still alive after the war. They were even brave to be a part of the Navy, Army, Air Force, Marines, and Coast Guard because they can just get called into a war even if they didn't want to. They were brave enough to give up their time with their family. Veterans Day also means respect to me. It means respect to me because they put their whole life in danger. I feel like it's important to celebrate, honor, and to respect the veterans after what they have done for our country's freedom. I'm so thankful they did what they did for us all, even though they don't know we exist. Veterans Day means bravery and respect to them. It is important to honor veterans because they did a lot for our country and its freedom. It is also important to celebrate Veterans Day because they did so much for us.
Thank you, Piper. That was really awesome. Our next piece of music in today's program is a little-known patriotic classic by the neo-romantic composer Lord Crumb. Discovered in the depths of NWE Music Room Vault. Red, White, and Blue will be performed by all of kindergarten, first, and second grade at today's program. Now prepare to be dazzled by the colors of our great American flag.
The second essay that will be read by a 5th grade student today will be shared by Adeline Metzger in Miss Newhart's class. Her piece titled Veterans Day is a touching tribute to today's featured guest.
Veterans Day by Adeline Metzger. Veterans Day means many things to me. I love celebrating all of the veterans that have served in the military. What is a veteran? Being a veteran means many things. A veteran is someone who made life's greatest sacrifice to save our lives. A veteran is also someone who has fought in a war or served in any branch of the military. such as the Navy. They cover the seas. The Army covers the battlefields and our land. The Coast Guard covers the coastal areas of the United States. The Air Force covers airspace. The Marines have a quick strike force to cover anywhere in the world fast. Veterans Day is a very important holiday. Veterans Day is a day to honor people that have served in any branch of the military. You become a veteran after you have served in the armed forces and fought in the war. We remember veterans because they are very important to our country and they keep the land free. Veterans Day means a lot to me, and I'm very thankful for what veterans did for this country. To me, Veterans Day means a day to celebrate all of the veterans that have served in the military. We celebrate fallen heroes and want to bring them back alive. On Veterans Day, we visit veterans' graveyards and have parades. I love this day because it gives us one very special day to celebrate, talk, and honor every veteran and think about what amazing things they did for this country to make us who we are, free. My pappy is a veteran and he served in the Army. He fought in the Vietnam War. I am very grateful for what he did for this country. We celebrate him and all other veterans on Veterans Day. I love honoring everyone who served in the military on Veterans Day. This holiday is amazing. In conclusion, Veterans Day means many things to me and I will always remember people who gave their lives for me and kids.
Have you ever wondered how many patriotic words you could think of in a few short minutes? Well, Miss Salon's class did exactly that in their version of the patriotic rap. After coming up with ideas, they used word chains to spice up the music you are about to hear. So let's see how many different patriotic thoughts you can count as they perform their very own patriotic rap.
Patriotic poem on this Veterans Day. We salute our heroes in every single way. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your sacrifice. I hope you like our rhyme. Thank you, Marines, United Veterans. Thank you, Marines, United Veterans. Patriotic poem on this Veterans Day. We salute our heroes in every single way. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your sacrifice. Hope you like our rhyme. Red, white, blue, bless our troops, Navy service. Red, white, blue, bless our troops, Navy service. Patriotic poem on this Veterans Day. We salute our heroes in every single way. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your sacrifice. I hope you like our rhyme. USA, fireworks, freedom, peace. USA, fireworks, freedom, peace. Patriotic poem on this Veterans Day. We salute our heroes in every single way. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your sacrifice. I hope you like our rhyme. Patriotic Army, Coast Guard protect us. Patriotic Army, Coast Guard protect us. Patriotic poem on this Veterans Day. We salute our heroes in every single way. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your sacrifice. I hope you like our rhyme. Air Force, U.S. flag, President, salute. Air Force, U.S. flag, President, salute. Patriotic poem on this Veterans Day. We salute our heroes in every single way. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your sacrifice. I hope you like our rhyme.
The final fifth grade student that will be sharing an essay with us today is Zadie Mae Fogel from Mrs. Williams' class. Her piece titled What Veterans Day Means to Me will no doubt impress your literary taste buds. Zadie, thank you for sharing your masterpiece. What Veterans Day Means to Me by Zadie Mae Fuller. Veterans Day is celebrated on November 11th every year. It is a day to honor the veterans who are serving in the war and the veterans that have retired from the war. On Veterans Day, we never lower the flag since we're not mourning the veterans that died in war, and it is a day to celebrate the people in the military. We celebrate Veterans Day by having great gun salutes, playing bagpipes and trumpets, moments of silence, and many more ways. It's hard work to go into the military. That is why we honor our veterans every year. When I hear Veterans Day, I think of the word bravery. I think of this because veterans that have fought in the war or are fighting in the war are very brave. You need to be very brave to go into the military since every branch is difficult to work for and fight in. Another thing I think of when I hear Veterans Day is courage. I think of this because it takes a lot of courage to go into the military. The military is a very big decision in your life, so you have to build up a lot of courage to go into the military. The military has stuff that is very painful, hard, and challenging. That's why you have to have courage and bravery to join the military. I have a few family members that have fought in the war. My grandpa on my dad's side had fought in the war. Both of my great-grandpas fought in the wars. It's so cool to hear my great-grandpa's stories from the wars he fought in. I even got to see my great-grandpa's combat unit. That is what Veterans Day means to me. The next piece of music performed by Mrs. Chandler's class at our ceremony today is another classic patriotic song about great country, America. This version, performed without piano, will be accompanied by today by Jolene Cameron on chimes. If you close your eyes, you might even be able to hear the ringing of the bells down the street of every great town in America.
My
served in the U.S. Navy for 30 years. Admiral Keller retired in 2001. He served in the Vietnam War and has taught and served on the board of several local colleges. We are forever grateful that you took the time out of your busy schedule to join us today. Please join me in welcoming to the podium Rear Admiral David Kessler.
Thank you, Alexa, for that very kind introduction. I'm actually thinking about standing on the stool. I am absolutely delighted to be asked to offer remarks here. For those of you that may not know me, I grew up in New Hope, so I'm a local resident. My roots are here. And I'm also a proud 1966 graduate of Northwestern Lehigh High School. If you think about that, that's almost a half a decade ago. For me, it's like it just happened yesterday. After graduating from high school here, I went to Muhlenberg and graduated there, and then I joined and served for 30 years in the Navy. After some schooling, as Alexa mentioned, my first assignment was for a year in country in both Vietnam and Cambodia, so I am a Vietnam veteran as well. On a side note, when I first enlisted in the Navy's main recruiting, pitch was join the Navy, see the world. And for me, that actually did occur. Over my 30 years in the Navy, we moved 20 times, and I had the opportunity to serve or visit 15 different countries around the world, from the Far East to South America to Europe. But that's probably enough about me. What I'm really here today is to reflect to you my personal feelings about Veterans Day. But before I do this, I did want to do three other things. First, I want to thank the school and all the students here today for taking the time and effort to arrange and coordinate this wonderful program to celebrate and honor many local veterans in our community. So thank you all very much. Secondly, and most importantly, I would like to recognize my fellow veterans and their families in attendance today. Could I ask all the veterans in attendance to please stand? I would like to note that 6 months ago, on Memorial Day, a Veterans Memorial was dedicated in Onondaga Park to recognize and honor all of our local veterans within the 4 townships that comprise Northwestern Lehigh School District for their service to our country. By just a simple show of hands, how many of you have had a chance to visit that memorial? Wow, that's amazing. If you have not had a chance, I would strongly encourage you to do so. It's a beautiful memorial. Not only did this wonderful school participate in the dedication ceremony, the school also held a contest for the 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade students, both here and at Weisenberg, to name the bronze eagle, which is set on a pedestal at the entrance to the memorial, and which is perched to both watch over all those who have served as well as to welcome visitors. The winning name from that contest was Freedom, and is engraved on the granite base with eagle is perched. Thank you for allowing me to digress a little bit, but now let me circle back and explain what Veterans Day really means to me. The reason I brought up the recently dedicated Veterans Memorial on Park is because the word freedom that's engraved at the base where the eagle is perched and which guards this memorial is at the very heart of what Veterans Day means to me. As I mentioned earlier, during my military career, I visited or served in 15 different countries. But since I retired from the Navy, I've had the opportunity to visit an additional 13 countries across Europe and Africa. So I now have 28 different countries worldwide under my belt. And while all these countries have very different and wonderful cultures, they also have very different and unique governance structures. Given this global exposure, I can honestly tell you we are very fortunate to live in the best country in the world with the most freedoms, rights, and opportunities than afforded any citizen in any other country. So when I think about Veterans Day, I think about all the wonderful freedoms and rights each and every one of us enjoys in our great country. The freedom of speech and freedom of the press to say what we believe. The freedom of religion to worship how we desire. The freedom to protest if we disagree. The right to vote so each of us has a voice. The right to a fair trial to have our innocence or guilt decided by a jury of our peers. But these wonderful freedoms and rights do not come without a price. Engraved on one of the panels at the Korean War Veterans Memorial in Washington, D.C. is an inscription which reads, "Freedom is not free." And this inscription reminds all of us that the wonderful freedoms we all have, and which we all too often sometimes take for granted, have come at an immense sacrifice from those men and women who have served in uniform, and for some who gave their lives to protect those wonderful freedoms that we all enjoy. These veterans, men and women, were ordinary people until they heard the call to duty and answered it. They left their families, their homes, their lives, and not for recognition or fame or even the honor we bestow upon them today. They fought to protect our country and to maintain our way of life. As we honor our veterans and remember their great deeds, let us also salute those who are currently fighting for our freedom. Today there are 19 million living veterans, men and women, who have served in uniform, and another 1.5 million who are currently serving on active duty across the world. These veterans represent less than 10% of the U.S. population, but there is one common bond among all these veterans, and that bond is duty, honor, and country. And all these veterans took an oath, indicating that they are willing to offer their lives to defend our Constitution and country. Most veterans would agree that the best wars are the ones that are never fought. But when war is necessary, America's fighting men and women always come forward and put their country first. This is what veterans do. They put service and sacrifice for our country first. And in doing so, they put all the rest of us first as well. So on this one day, on Veterans Day, we have the opportunity to put them first and to thank them for their unwavering service during both peacetime and war. They have defended America through both the best and worst of times, and they have performed their duties tirelessly, and with little fanfare or recognition. And they have sought neither fame nor fortune. They have served and sacrificed, quite simply, out of a genuine love of America and the freedom we all cherish so much. Their remarkable actions have made and continue to make our country the best place on earth in which to live. God bless all our veterans, and God bless our wonderful country. Thank you.
Let's give one more round of applause to Greer and Merrill Keller. Thank you again for speaking to our school today. Our next song performed by the entire 4th grade class today features each of the 50 states in the United States of America. Written by singer and songwriter Ray Charles, 50 Nifty United States is one of the catchiest ways to win each of the 50 states in alphabetical order. The real question is not whether they can do it or not. It's whether 4th grade can remember them all in the right order. Prepare to be dazzled by 50 Nifty United States. Take it away, 4th grade.
Stars in the flag that billows of music
tired. Let's give one more round of applause to 4th grade. We are now going to go off book here for a moment and share a special message from a veteran currently out in the field who is unable to make it to today's ceremony.
Good morning and happy Veterans Day, everyone. To our veterans of all branches and all ages, here with us today and across this great nation, I thank you, and we all thank you. My name is Ryan Williams. I'm the father of Chloe Williams and Mrs. Regal's 3rd grade class. Currently, I am deployed with the 192nd Firefighter Detachment to Eastern Europe, where we're working on building relationships with our NATO allies and training them and learning from them as well. Today is a day for men and women in uniform. Not just those who wear the uniform today, but those who serve this nation and decided to hang up their uniform. Events like this are great because you can see and learn about the people that you never knew were in the military, and you can start to appreciate them. Members of our school force, our local fire companies, Kermansville, New Tripoli, and Limport, to our businesses and our neighbors, and our great communities of Northwestern Lehigh. And last year with the opening of the memorial at Onalani Park. Today I also consider an important day for the spouses of our veterans. If you ask most of us, we'll all say we couldn't have done it without them. And it's true. Trying to live a normal life back home, taking care of the kids, the cars, the house, while trying not to constantly worry about your loved one, takes a toll. To my wife Brittany, who I hope is here today, and all the spouses here today, I'd like to give you a big round of applause. And a big thank you. Finally, I'd like to thank the Northwestern Lehigh Elementary staff for letting me be a part of the ceremony, and to my wife Brittany, Chloe, little Cassidy, I love you, and I can't wait to see you next year. Happy Veterans Day, everybody.
Thank you, Mr. Williams, for sharing your story with us. Your tribute to what you do and your family is extremely moving. And now for a few thank you notes from 3rd graders to you, our veterans.
Thank you for serving our country in the military. I know you sacrificed your time for us. I'm grateful for everything you have done to protect Americans and our freedom. I wish you a very happy Veterans Day. Dear Earl, thank you for protecting our freedom and putting your life at rest. I know you were away from home for a long time. I'm thankful for you to put your life at rest for freedom. I wish you a good Veterans Day from Madison.
Dear veteran, thank you for sacrificing your life for our freedom. I also think we are really brave and fighting for our freedom. Our country is such a great country because of you. I will never move away from USA now because you made it free. I thank you for your service and our freedom. Sincerely, Caitlin Hunt.
Dear Paul, thank you for keeping us safe. You are our hero. You are so brave. If you weren't there, there would be one less person to save our USA. From Jonah.
Thank you for sharing your letters, 3rd graders. We have a lot to celebrate at our school, whether it's the fact that we get to have great ceremonies like this one to share with the community, or the fact that we just absolutely love Veterans Day. Celebrations are a part of our school's DNA. While we are celebrating, we also want to celebrate our great school that we go to, Northwestern Elementary. Without the teachers and students at NWE, there would be no program for you today.
So because of you, we give thanks. We all will sing our celebration song and school song for you now.
Let's hear it for fourth grade one more time. Thank you, veterans, parents, and guests for joining us today. It's been an honor to share this time with you and for our students to share their artwork, their words, and their voices to thank you for your service to our country. We also wanted to take this opportunity to thank our Northwestern Lehigh Educational Foundation for their support of music education through the purchase of the acoustical shelves that have enhanced the musical experience for us all to enjoy. In closing, we invite all veterans and guests to enjoy refreshments after the program concludes this morning, as well as to view all of the artwork displayed in the lobby and here in the gymnasium. Students that have veterans here will have the opportunity to come back down to the gymnasium after returning to their class so that they can spend some time with their veteran. Once again, thank you, veterans, for your service, and have a wonderful day.
conclusion of today's ceremony, we invite our veterans and their families to join us in our lobby for light refreshments and viewing of our Veterans Day artwork.
Thank you, veterans, for taking part in our special day. In the words of Susan Smith, on this day, let us express our love and thanks for the sacrifice you made. You served in honor for many years